What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Negative Degree Podcast. Now, this is going to be a very short thing because I have some announcements to make. Hopefully you can hear me on this thing. If anybody would like to, you can leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, add, follow, all that good shit. I have a Discord. If you want to have more conversations and discuss some shit, go in the description on YouTube and get on the Discord. So, I'm going to get into this. So I basically took the entire week off of not doing this podcast because the last one I did, I got flack for. I got a bunch of shit talking about how I shouldn't have talked shit about it, that people understood that I had a bad day, but I shouldn't have said certain shit and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, whatever. Then the next day I got people telling me I need to remake a video and apologize and all that stuff. Whatever. So I'm going to say this right now. Whatever I said in that video, I said it because I was pissed off and I was mad and I was talking shit. I still like black girls. I hang out with black girls. I'm literally doing a show for black girls like in 2 months. I'm doing shows with black girls next month. I'm always around fucking black girls. I'm actively trying to talk to I'm actively talking to a black girl. I'm trying to date. But whatever. This isn't finna be no, I'm not doubling, I'm gonna say this right now. Not doubling down. I'm not making this a pity party. I'm not saying any of that shit. Ain't no fucking tears in my face. I'm not finna be like the motherfuckers. Be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not finna do the whole reverse thing where it's like, oh, well, you talk. I'm like, no. Also, I'm not apologizing either. It was like, hey, I said that shit when I was pissed off. I say shit that I don't mean when I'm fucking pissed off. Everybody does. But if you get mad about it, I don't care. Like, if you are someone that doesn't help me pay my bills, hey, you don't have to watch this thing. Now, speaking of that, I do have someone who I have someone who works with me who has seen this. And I have been told to remove the video. So it is off YouTube. It is off everything. I think the only place it's on is like my Twitch, and nobody fucking watches it on Twitch, but I'll take it off there too. I think it's on Twitter too, so I gotta take it off Twitter. And every other place, it's off. Now, for all of you who keep saying, why do I keep putting all this negative shit out there, whatever, for everybody to see and all this other shit, I am going to move it off of my actual, my main Facebook page, the one that I use somewhat daily, and I'm moving the podcast to its own Facebook page, which it already has one. It's a podcast page. I'm debating on literally just making its own Facebook page, making a whole new email and shit like that, so that way I can just put it on a page, not just have an extra fan page or whatever, or a podcast page, shit like that. It has its own shit to where I can just do. But for right now, what I know is probably easy to do, but I'm gonna move it over to the podcast page. I'm upgrading my Restream, which is fucking $20 a month, to where I can go to the page and just stream all this from there. So that way, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. It will still be on YouTube. It will still be on Twitter. It will still be on Twitch. All the other shit. It will just not be on my main Facebook page. So that way, I don't have people who get me booked for gigs. They won't see it and get pissed off. My job won't see it and get pissed off. Depending on what I say. Because the best bet after that is putting this shit behind a fucking paywall, and I don't got enough fucking viewers to do that shit yet. But yeah, it's gonna be on its own thing. If you want to watch it, you can. If you don't, you don't. Before all this even happened, I was gonna do a podcast episode about the 4th of July and how we have nothing to celebrate, but because of all the fucking messages and shit I was getting about it, I didn't. Now, again, for those of you who was like, well, why do you need to do something that's so negative and blah, blah, blah? I'm like, here's the deal. One, the podcast name is kind of a double entendre thing. Like, it's not going to be all fucking negative shit. Like, I did it because it's a play on words. My DJ name is DJ Frostbite. So I was like, oh, the negative degree. It fits. It's not always going to be negative shit. 2, yes, I do say a lot of negative things on here because if you listen to any of the episodes, I literally start off this shit with we take the phrase positive vibes only and we punch it in the face. Like, is going to be negative every single time? No. But the shit I'm going to say on some of these podcasts are going to be negative, but real. If you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. The same reason why I'm moving this over to its own page. So that way, you don't have to be like, oh, he's so negative, he's so rude. I'm like, no. And I'm going to say this too. If you think that I'm negative, or you think that I'm hurting somebody, I'm not. Like, I am a negative person by default. I am. I'll say that out and loud. But it's not negative just being like, oh, I fucking hate today, this person. Like, no, it's constructive and real shit. It's not just me going, oh, how I do honestly hate a lot of shit. I do. I hate people. And I ain't talking about by race, like, I just hate people in general. So, like I said, it's going to be episodes where I'm going to say shit that's hella negative, but it's going to be real. And if you don't want to accept it, you don't have to accept it. You can live you can be in your bubble and try to be all positive and sunshine and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just not that. Not that. Me personally, there was, aside from DJing, that's probably like the only positive thing in my life right now. Like, really the only thing. Like the fact that people go, oh, were you woke up today? And you're like, that's not, no. Like, that's not a reason for me to be fucking positive. Like, I'm not that fucking person. I'm not stupid. Like, I don't wake up every morning and go, oh, it's going to be a fabulous morning. Like, no. And trust me, I get it. Life fucking sucks. Everything sucks right now. But that's the reason why I made this podcast. Because shit fucking sucks. And there's people out here who try to hide the shit. Or, well, especially where I live at right now, where they just want to skip everything, or like they don't see the shit that everybody else does, or they don't think what they're doing is wrong or hurting somebody else. It's the reason why I made this shit. It's a way of, and honestly, it's a way of me to fucking vent and rant and have my own voice, because honestly, it does feel at times where I don't have my own voice. I try to say shit to people and they don't listen, or they skip over what I gotta say. And this is me on here for, depending on how long a topic is, saying how I really feel about something. And hey, it could be offensive. If it does hurt somebody, then I'm sorry about it. But that's why I made rules on this shit. And yes, I did break my rule that fucking Sunday because I didn't elaborate on shit. But that's on me. This shit isn't supposed to. it's not supposed to offend someone by like a race or gender or shit like that. It's gonna be offensive to somebody because everybody gets offensive about everything anyway. But it's supposed to be, you listen to it, you listen to what I say. If you don't agree with it, fine. But if it's certain points of what I say in my podcast that you do get, cool. It's not a fucking informational thing. If you watched any of my last podcasts, if you've seen shit with me and Jake, we be saying shit off the top of the dome. We will Google shit when we talking about certain stuff. Even with the Roe v. Wade stuff, we did one where we talked about the Uvalde stuff and a bunch of other different things. Shit, Jake honestly knows more shit than I do with a lot of these episodes. Shout out to Jake. I'm trying to get him back on the podcast more often. I'm trying to get other people on this podcast that we can talk about shit. But as of right now, one, I am going to leave any... The fuck? I'm sorry, got a message. That's weird. I'm tired of these fucking spam bots. But anyway, anything that involving my job, and I mean the wedding DJ aspect of it, and certain club stuff, I will leave out. Will I still talk about DJing? Yes. As a matter of fact, probably my next episode is going to be So You Want to Be a DJ. And I'll talk about my experience and other people's experiences as coming up being a DJ. If I have any of my DJ friends who want to be on it, cool. If you don't, I will do this shit solo, and I will talk about how my experience of trying to come up and be a DJ can help other people. And I know I see Zeb watching right now, and he's probably gonna be like, how can you tell somebody, what it's like to be a DJ, shit like that or whatever. I'm like, hey, I've had shitty experiences, I've had good experiences. Everybody has their highs and lows. Another thing, I thought about taking my DJ name off of this and just putting my actual name. I might honestly do it so people will shut up about that, because consider I'm supposed to be a main figure of this. What's up, Darren? Yeah, what's up, Zeb? Oh, fucking Heather. Shut up. Shut up, Heather. The flag isn't going to be here either. I'm going to try to switch out this flag to actually. So I've redesigned my overlay, as you see right now, where it says negative degree and all this shit. I've redesigned all that. I've redesigned a new intro, outro, all that shit. Like I'm changing the music to it. I've actually found some like royalty free music. I'm making a new banner that's actually gonna have the logo on it. Well, the podcast logo on it. It's gonna be a little bit different than the one on the intro and shit. But hey, but yeah, this podcast is no longer gonna be on my main Facebook page. It'll be on its own, whether gotta pay for it or just make an entirely new Facebook page and put it on there. But for right now, I'll pay the $20 on Restream. That way I can just put it on the page itself. And hey, if I gotta pay it extra or later on, just make a whole new page with a different email, because I got a shit ton of them for some reason, and go from there. Hey, so be it. But it will still be on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all that shit. Yeah, if you want to, got Discord. Like I said, the link is in the description. If you want to check out the Discord and have conversations, and you could ask me like, hey, let's talk about this why don't you talk about this topic on the podcast? Depending on what it is, I'll talk about it. I've actually, and is actually one topic I'm going to do. Well, so I don't know when I'm gonna do this one, but there will be an episode called the douchebag episode, because I want to talk about a lot of shit that I want to call it the douchebag episode, but it's gonna be the realest episode. It's gonna be like how I feel, like who I'm really into, what I'm into, what I do like, what I don't like, shit like that. It could be like, oh, what a douche, but like I don't care. It's gonna be one of the realest fucking episodes of all time. I might have Jake on there, depending what episode I decide to do this as, because me and him are gonna do one about fucking our strip club experiences working there. Him being a security and me being the DJ. But I'm not here to try to, and I'm not trying to be, Mr. Positive and anything like that. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. I'm just trying to be me, and me is real. I'm trying to be relatable. There are a lot of people who think the same way I do. There's a lot of people who don't, or try to hide it because they don't want their public image being shunned and shit like that. How I see life right now, and if you've ever seen this show, you'll get it. To me, right now, with social media and how people are like walking on eggshells and shit for everybody to like them, it is like Black Mirror. And if you have never seen Black Mirror, there's one episode that I bring up a lot. It is called Nosedive. It actually has the actress from the newer Jurassic World movies. I think it's like Bryce Dallas, some shit like that. I can't remember what her name is, but I don't know. That the name of the episode is Nosedive, and the entire thing is people are basically being fake with each other, so that way they could increase their popularity and shit like that to have like a higher status in life. But like if you had a lower status, you are actually more of a real person. The higher status you got is like the more fake, the more disillusioned of reality that you were. You cared more about what people thought about you than you actually think about yourself. That's how I feel. And it's actually a part of the show where the girl, she, lost her status from where she was. She had to get a ride from this lady trucker, and she was talking about how, she was high up there. She was like 4.7, some shit like there. Her husband got sick, and then, once her husband got sick, she was trying to do all this stuff, try to get up there, and then they end up giving like the transplant surgery to somebody else who was higher. And then that's when she thought about it. It was like, why am I doing all this to try and impress all these people, and when I can just be real? And I mean, that's kind of how I feel right now. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I get it. I'm considered a public figure, but I'm not out here trying to be a role model to anybody. I'm not kissing anybody's ass. I go against the grain a lot. Like a lot. There are a lot of people in my community who probably don't like me. And hey, if you don't, I don't care. I'm not trying to find a quick way to do shit. I'm just trying to make money. Shit, if I can get this monetized, I'd be hella happy. If I could get like 1,000 or 2,000, maybe 5,000 people watch this shit and get some money off of it, I'd be happy. I'd be doing this and fucking DJing, making money. I'd be happy. And it's kind of the reason why I am moving this over, so that way I don't lose my job, and that way people who book me for shit, they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 and then they misconstrue what I'm trying to say. So this is going to be on its own. I'm probably going to take my DJ name off of it and just put my own name, which if you don't know my name, it is Devontae Sitnor. I will MF Doom the shit out of this, where it is either going to be my name or it'll be a fucking alias or some shit, or it's just be some shit I fucking make up, honestly. Like I always tell people, I'm the combination of fucking Huey from the Boondocks and Charlie Brown. So I could probably put that shit together and call it something. I don't know. But I'll do whatever I have to do so that way I can still have this shit. If I gotta MF Doom it to where it's fucking Doom and then Victor Vaughn and then some other shit like that, I'll do it. I don't care. But man, I'm keeping my podcast. I love doing this. I love talking to the people who watch this because I know they probably feel the same way as I do. You know, life fucking sucks. Nobody wants to say that it sucks, or nobody wants to go against the grain because they care more about what other people think than their own reality. Well, people are just too scared to say it, and I'm not. Like I said, should I, like, going back to that podcast episode, I was pissed off. I was mad. And should I have said some of the stuff I should have said? No. But again, I was pissed off. Everybody says shit when they're mad. But yeah, that's the deal right now. It's going to be maybe tomorrow I will do another podcast episode. As for if you are watching this on Facebook right now, the only other live stream you will see, possibly, is I will do DJ live streams. Which my live streams will still be, excuse me, they'll still be just like when I do it on here. Like it'll still be on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. It'll just be a different overlay banner. I'll go back to my chill sessions and stuff like that, which I used to do a lot, but I've been like hella busy. Might do that a little bit later, but if I don't do it on Facebook, it'll definitely be on Twitch and YouTube. Probably more Twitch, because Twitch doesn't like fucking block your streams. I know YouTube does, and I'll get like restricted shit. Facebook, as soon as they hear a certain song, they'll fucking block the shit and turn it down. So that might be more of a Twitch thing. I will try to experiment with doing it on Facebook. It's just something I got to see. But for this podcast right now, it is getting moved over. I'll let if you're not following me, everything is now Negative Degree Podcast. The Instagram, the Facebook page is the Negative Degree Podcast. The only thing that isn't is Twitter, which I'm debating on even switching that to, or honestly just taking Twitter off in general. Twitch is still going to be DJ Frostbite, or I might switch that over to something different. I might switch that to what the Discord is, which is Frozen Wasteland. So it's something I got to think about. But this podcast will still be around. I will still be saying shit that I want to say. I will still be talking about topics that I want to talk about. If you don't like it, now you don't have to watch it. If you do like it, hey, follow me on my podcast page and we'll have fun. We'll have conversations. If you want to go more into it, got my Discord. Discord link is in the description. Add yourself on there. Send a request. I'll add you, and we can talk about a lot of different shit. And it's not a thing of like I'm gonna ban you because you're this or you're that. Like no, like I got friends and associates of every single fucking color, gender, sexual orientation, fucking political views. Like literally, Jake voted for fucking Trump, and he literally told me why, and I was like, all right, I can see why you did that. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, you're a fucking Trump supporter. Oh, fuck off. Like, no. That's the thing. Like, I want to say this too. For all the hate that I've gotten for this shit, for a lot of y'all can shut the fuck up. I'll say that honestly. Like, you motherfuckers will bitch about the smallest thing and argue about it, but then try to save face and backtrack. I'm not backtracking with this shit. I'm going forward. I know what I said was wrong in the moment, but I'm just not apologizing for it because, hey, that was in the moment thing. Now, if my job has a problem with it, then, they know what they can do. But for me right now, I'm just moving it so that way it's out of people's minds. Same reason why I haven't fucking did a podcast in a week, because I knew within like a couple of days people are gonna forget about this shit anyway. Like that's how shit's going. Like if I would have just did like 2 days without doing a podcast, everybody would have forgot about it. But I gave it a little bit more time, so that way everybody would just shut up about it. How long have I been doing this? Almost 20 minutes? Shit. All right. Well, that's the announcement. Hope the people that do watch this will continue to watch it. Hope I do get more people to watch this. After probably 24 hours or whatever, I will be deleting this from my actual page and just bringing it over to the podcast page. Most likely, if I just can't afford to fucking upgrade my Restream or whatever, I will just make a new podcast page, a new podcast Facebook, and then just stream it from there. So that way it's a little bit easier, and that way I'm gonna spend more money to do this shit. But hope everybody has a good day. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'll probably be coming out later today. This Saturday I'm doing a charity event in Tulsa. It'd be me and my bro Cameron, who hit me up about that a few weeks ago. August 14th, and I see Terrence in here. August 14th, I will be in Kansas City at the Vivo. It'll be me, Terrence, my homie Kyle Holly, aka DJ Three Fingers, Parashan, aka Divinely Paradox, and a bunch of other people. Doing our thing. It is a indoor and outdoor event. And Terrence, I will have an actual video for you. I will do one after this. I'll record it and then just send it to you. I'll take off the overlay for that. And August 26th, I have another charity event at Barleycorns. It is all the money is going towards a headstone for a 8-month-old who unfortunately passed away. But all proceeds will go to that. Nothing is going to any of the artists, I don't believe. If it is, probably just a small amount, not a lot, because we're donating our time. Trying to think of anything else. I think that's about it. I'm not entirely sure what else I have going on right now. Available. Oh no, still same schedule, Monday through Wednesday at Blue. Monday DJing, Tuesday DJing, Wednesday. Still called Open Deck. I am considering changing that name to Wednesday Night Showcase for DJs, because, well, as I've been told, it's not really Open Deck. It's bring your own gear. I do want it to get to a point where I think Darren has a mixer there. If not, I'll try to buy like a mixer from a pawn shop or something. I know he has the turntables. I just have to ask him how to set it up. And that way we can have turntables for Wednesdays. And if people just want to bring in their vinyls and do their shit, they can do it. But for now, that's basically what I've been on. I'm on my same schedule. Like I said, this Saturday, I won't be here. Next Saturday, I'm in Wellington at the Door. Shout out to Tanner, aka DJ Magnum, for that one. I do apologize to him because I double booked myself for this Saturday and completely forgot. Then I have a wedding on the 24th of that same weekend when I'm at the door. Hey, what's up, Jason? Man, I'm actually getting some people watching this shit now. But yeah, if you ever need to know where I'm at, I would actually be posting that on my DJ page of trying to do that more frequently of where I'm at. But like I said, I have like three things. I have like my main Facebook, I have my DJ page, I got my fucking podcast page. It's just fucking hard to keep up with. And as someone who fucking hates social media with a passion, I got to do all this shit. So, but yeah, if anybody's looking for a DJ, bring them over to my podcast, my DJ page or my main page, DJ Frostbite, DJ, like it's got it at the bottom right there, DJ FROZTBYTE. If you want to listen to this podcast, go follow me on the podcast page, Negative Degree Podcast, Instagram, Negative Degree Pod. Still got it on my Twitch, DJ Frostbite. That might honestly be your best bet. If you want to see me do my DJ live streams, Twitch, DJ Frostbite. If you want to see me DJ live, again, Blue Nightclub, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. If you're looking for somewhere to DJ or just want to show out, Wednesday night is the night to do it. We'll have everything set up. Just bring your gear. If we can get turntable set up, bring your vinyls, so that way we can get it cracking. That's really all I can say right now. I know I made this way longer than I wanted to, but I got people coming in. Thanks, Jason. But all right, I'm gonna get off here because I have legit not eaten anything, and I woke up at 5:00. I do hope the people that still watch this will still watch it on my actual podcast page. If anything does happen, I will put on my podcast page if I decided to just make a new Facebook page and just do all that shit and just move everything from over there. But this will not be the end of this podcast. It will be growing. I want to do this for a long time to the point I'm just like, I just don't feel like doing it anymore. Or if I actually do get monetized to do this shit, which I would love to do. And hey, if I can be a podcaster and just DJ and do my hosting stuff, cool. But for right now, I'm keeping anything that has to do with my job separate, basically. What we should be doing with the government, keeping shit separate. But all right, I'm out of here. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and as always, stay negative, my friends.